everybody. Navy Vet 76 out at the range with my Martini Henry. And today I wanted to show you where I had tried the large pistol primers in the 32 gauge shotgun brass that I use to make my Martini Henry cartridges out of. And then I have large rifle primers here. Now, I'm not recommending to anybody that you do this. This is just what I do, and you do this at your own risk. I personally have never had any problems with using large rifle primers. Now, when I was out with this the last time, as some of you seen in my video on this previously, I was using and am using in these cartridges the large pistol primer. And there's a little bit of a click bang, which means there's a slight delay with these particular cartridges. And I'm using Accurate 5744.
1 minute to ceasefire, 1 minute.
I'm using the same load in these with the large pistol primer. And there is a slight protrusion of the primers that you can feel. It's not a lot. With the large pistol, there is no protrusion. I think these were made for the large pistol primer. The large rifle will work. I've never had an issue. Now, there's a chance that there could be, but I have never had an issue. And it's hard to see on the camera. Just a slight protrusion, and it works. So after the break, I'll start shooting them, and maybe you can hear the delay with the large pistol primers. So my load is Accurate 5744 at 30 grains, and I use half of a large cotton ball to hold the powder down on the primer. I'm using the X-ring bullet, and I believe it's a 465 grain bullet, and my overall length is 3 inches, 200 thousandths. Now, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but some of my cases are a little longer than others, and they all seem to work. When I originally made the cases, I had some issues making these cases. These are very difficult to make. And anyway, I won't get into that. So, let's see if you can hear the delay. It's just very slight. And these are the large pistol primer cases. And for some reason that one don't want to load. Never had that problem before. There we go. Set that one aside. And I am shooting at 50 yards. I'm shooting to see if you can hear the delay. That one actually didn't delay. Pretty stout load. Last time out with this, it bit my hand because of the way I was holding it. The lever on this caught my hand and peeled some skin off. I could hear it there, a click and then a bang. It's just ever so slight click and a bang. I mean, the large pistol primers work, but I don't think, I thought I'd try them. And when I used them last time, just an ever so slight delay. Okay, there's 3 of those. Now, we'll try the large rifle primers. Like I said, they protrude just a little bit in some cases, in most cases, and in others, you really won't notice it. Now, what I'm hearing is there's a risk that when you close the breech, that it could ignite the primer. Never had a problem with that. Here's the large rifle primer. And, you know, I think both primers work. I don't think that it's enough of delay that it causes a problem. But the large rifle primers, what I'm trying to show you is the large rifle primers work. Again, you do this at your own risk. There is a slight protrusion above the primer pocket, but I don't think it's enough to be an issue. I've never had an issue, but I'm not going to say that I never will. So you do it at your own risk. But for me, it works just fine. And, you know, if you wanted to, I think you could just shave off a little bit of the bottom of the primer pocket and it would probably work. It would go below, but the metal is very thin on these cases, so I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Another thing is some of my cases didn't really turn out very well when I made them, but they didn't actually poke a hole in the case. You'll see this one has it didn't form quite right. But, you know, I've fired this case several times thinking it would fire form it, but it didn't. But I've never had any problems with this case. So, you know, if you make your own cases and you get little things like that and it hasn't put a crack or a hole in the case, they'll still work. I know they're not very pretty, but I don't care if they're pretty. I just like to shoot. And that 5744 works pretty good. There's a lot of different powders that you can substitute for black powder because everybody knows this was a black powder cartridge gun. And this is a monster of a cartridge. And these rifles are very cool. This was an IMA gun, come out of Nepal, and bought this one cleaned from IMA and ready to shoot, and I've not had an issue with it at all. It's a really nice piece of history. It has all kinds of markings on here, and this is a British gun. This was not a Nepalese-made firearm. And some of these were made over there, and I just, the luck of the draw, I guess, I got an English gun. I'm not sure how that worked, but I've seen people that had some that were made by other countries. I wanted to try and figure out a way to lighten the trigger pull on this thing because it's pretty heavy trigger pull. But I didn't see any way to do it, so I just live with it. I don't know why that one wouldn't close. There it goes. I got it that time. My lever must have been hitting the bag. I heard a delay on that one. You guys probably don't notice it on the camera, but I notice it because I'm right here with the gun, and I know when I pull the trigger, it's not an instantaneous bang. And that was the pistol primer on that last shot as well. Now, I've seen other guys use backer rod and a paper wad and a grease cookie over the powder. I was going to try that, but my backer rod is 1/2 inch, and I need 5/8 backer rod. And then,
fire, 1 minute.
and then I can make the wads. Now, I don't know if you really need the grease cookie on these since it's smokeless powder, but it wouldn't hurt. It's not going to hurt anything at all. It probably lube your bore a little bit, but I do want to try the 5/8 backer rod at some time as well. So anyway, that's all I got. I just wanted to show you the difference between the two primers, and like I said before, I used 1/2 of a large cotton ball it pretty much fills up the case, and so that's all I got. Have a good day. I did want to take you downrange and show you the target. Probably should have done that before I said that's all I got. Have a good day. I don't know what I got either because I didn't look through the scope. But I've always had good luck with that rifle using the X-ring cartridge or bullet mold. And there you see it. My aim point was here, and you can see that's a really good group. Flyer here. That's a really good group for that old rifle. A very old rifle, actually. And you can't complain about that, right? All right.